show you how to make a book that I call The Things That Make Me Me book. And through this book, we're going to explore who do we look like, or what color is our hair? Is it the color of something special? So we're going to make a book that has 4 flaps. And under each of the flap, you can hide, you know, the surprise, the answer to what your hair, your eyes, your skin, all the things that make you you, what they look like. So we start with what we need is a large sheet of paper, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, of course writing and coloring materials, and a photograph. I have a Polaroid here, a picture of you, which you're going to put on the cover of our book. So first we take the large sheet of paper and we're going to fold it horizontally, but we're not going to have this edge go all the way to this edge. We're going to stop it short, about 1 inch short. And we're going to make a nice sharp crease. Again, I just want to point out that here we don't take this all the way to the edge. We keep it short. And we make one nice sharp crease. Now we're going to fold this in half, this way. This time the corners meet the corners and we make a nice sharp crease. Now we're going to take this edge, the top edge, back to meet the folded edge. So we take it back. Again, we are letting the corners meet the corners. We're making a nice sharp crease. And what we have is something like this. And we're going to flip it and do the same thing on the other side. Take the top edge, fold it back to the folded edge. It's going to get a little tough, but we're still going to make that nice sharp crease. And what we have now is what something looks like an M. When you stand it up, it looks like this. So you see we have 1, 2, and 3 creases here, and we have that extra bit of paper. Now we're going to cut on these 3 creases to make flaps. And we cut it all the way to the top. We have 1 flap. Similarly with this one. Two flaps. And then the last one, we cut it all the way to the top, and then we have 4 flaps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all of this folds back to be a closed book. So this is going to be the cover of our book, Things That Make Me Me. And so I'm going to put my photograph, I'm going to glue it right here on the cover. Things that make me, and I'm going to glue this here. And then of course I'm going to bubble this letter me because I'm so special, right? Things that make me me. And then below here, I'd like you to write your name. And I'm going to write mine so we know who we're talking about. Now, underneath this flap, we have a secret space where I want you to look into the mirror and make your self-portrait. So, you know, I saw myself in the mirror this morning, and I know I'm wearing a green shirt, and I have dark hair. And so I'm just going to make a quick picture of myself. It's easy when you look into a mirror and take your time and do this. You can notice things because what you have on the cover is the photograph, and that's what the camera sees. And sometimes when you look at yourself, you might see something different. I'm just going to make a quick green shirt, because the photograph is not from today, so maybe it doesn't have the same color clothes that you're wearing today. Okay, so that's how I look today, the way I saw myself in the mirror this morning. Now, the other things we're going to explore is the other things we see when we look in the mirror, like my eyes. What color are my eyes? So I'm going to draw my eyes here. And my eyelashes and my eyebrows. And what color are my eyes? They're black or very, very dark brown. And so what do they look like? I'm going to think of, do they look like somebody in particular, or do they look like something else, something special? I like to think of my eyes. I'm going to write here eyes like, and I like to think of them being the color of night. So underneath this flap, I'm going to make a picture of night. And I have a star and a moon, and I'm just going to color everything else in. So, eyes like the night, and think of what they look like. Okay, what else do I see in the mirror? Ooh, I see my skin color. What skin color do you have? What does it look like? Or who does it look like? So I'm going to make a handprint. My hand is kind of large, but that's fine. You don't have to have the whole hand on there. There's an outline of my hand. And, ooh, I can put nail polish on this, even though I don't have any, because this is my picture of how I see my hand. So I have the nails. My skin is it's brown, so I'm going to color it light brown. And then maybe I'll give it a little color in the nails. Now whose skin color is the same as mine? My mom's? No, she's much fairer than I am, lighter skin than I am. So I'm going to write here skin like, my skin is like my daddy's. So I'm going to write here daddy, and I'm going to draw him. Because my skin looks like my daddy's, I'm just going to make a picture of my daddy and me. And you can just write the word daddy or make the pictures, however you like to. It's up to you. You're the artist. This is your book. And the other thing we notice about ourselves in the mirror is our hair. So I'm going to draw my hair and write what it looks like. So hair like, and of course my hair isn't blue, but you see some lights, some highlights, and in art you can add colors that you see, colors that are reflected. So I'm going to have my hair, and my hair, who's my hair like? It is like my mom's. So I'm going to write here mom's. My hair is like my dad's. I'm going to write here dad's. My hair is also like my friend Mona's. So I'm going to write Mona's. It's like my daughter Ananya's. I'm going to write Ananya's. And really, a lot of people I know have dark hair. So my hair is like a lot of other people. It's like my best friend Chandu's. I'm going to write Chandu. And you can make a list of all the different people your hair is like. Or if your hair is curly and it looks like something, you can write what it looks like. I used to know this girl. She had the little curls, and she would say her hair is like noodles. So you can write that down if you like. So whatever you think it looks like, or whoever it looks like. And so here is my, not completed book, but this is more or less what your book is going to look like, with your photograph on the cover and a self-portrait with your eyes and what they look like, with your skin color and whose that looks like, and with your hair and what that looks like. And this is your completed book. In the back, somewhere in the back, we have 4 pages. You write a little bit more about yourself, like your name and where you live or where you made the book or who you made it with. And you can put that in the back. And you have a complete book about all the things that make you, you.